I am showing that. My bad. Let me. That was on one of my old projects, which I wish I could post, but it's all claimed, so it's sad. Okay. So this game, I just played it 10, 15 minutes ago? 15 minutes ago. And I wanted to cast it because I think there's some good points to show to help some players improve. So that's what the plan is. It was the last game. Players decided, he's like, no, I'm confident that mass Kodiaks and turrets are undefeated. Let me show you. So we have, this is this player. This is the army player. The shader here, and a lot of players. I've noticed a lot of players get into the mindset, I know everything about this game. They don't. That's what you got to realize. You don't. Like you got to realize to keep exploring, to keep testing new ideas, to realize, think outside the box. Don't get stuck in a rut. Then you realize, oh, I really don't know what works best. Takes a good understanding. So Magic Gnome's over here. He's our Oni player. Battle Scar. First game was Elites, by the way. Icaro. He's a decent player, in my opinion. And there's me. I played Brute because we were settling. I was addressing his concern. And let's show you. So let's speed it up here. It's an hour game. I want to get it quick here. So right away, now this is a little unorthodox, but if you see, so first off, he starts off by building 8 factories. This player, he plays well as army. The only reason we beat them is because my elites left, and I was able to start doing what I was trying to get my elites to do. So let's speed it up again. So the first thing he does is build 8 factories. That's great. I wouldn't suggest it because you usually don't have enough money to produce off of those effectively. You usually don't have enough money to produce those. So basically he saves a bunch of money and then just pumps out an army. That's his idea. Unorthodox. As I said, try new ideas. This is one that I don't think would be the most beneficial. Can be wrong. Absolutely. Yeah. So this is me trying to coach the elites player on here. His plan here, defend the Kodiaks with this. That only works if players 1A. That only works if players 1A into your Kodiaks, because then they'll start attacking the turrets first, which are really tanky, and the Kodiaks will save it. But any player, like you'll see here. So I have now out like 8 of those right there. He has 2 Kodiaks. By the time he got, so first of all, the reason why that will work so well is that he wasn't making Kodiak straight off. He's making 1, you know, because he spent all these money on these barracks. My elites came to help, which was good. He did a fair job. These pelicans here, so he's microing those well. These pelicans there were actually pesky. I needed to get some hunters to deal with it. But right there, gone, taken care of, like easy, cleaned up. And now his Kodiaks are down, the Goss hogs are down, or Goss turrets are down, and he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any. Like 2 rocket troopers would clean this up. You know, I made like I have like a couple jackals, but like if he just started making rocket troopers now, these would be gone. So he made some marines. I can't kill marines, but they can't kill me either, so I can just leave here. Those handful of jackals are starting to clean them up because they're not being targeted. He's not targeting those. And then I started to get some ghosts for those marines to deal with the light units. So that's the issue with going for this many barracks, because you can't produce off of them unless you're making nothing but warthogs. Well, then you can do that. Or pelicans or something, which I don't know why you do that, but you can't produce off of them, and it delays your income. It delays your response time. So, there we go. He managed to drop there, which is great. And it's pretty easy. It's like, I guess I was wrong. Yeah, you were. But you had to be shown that you were wrong. I guess there's a lot of players who try to, mouth off and they don't actually know what they're talking about. So that's why some people don't listen. And someone says, no. So I'm throwing up here. I saw he went for a heavy cruiser. He's going for AI heavy cruiser. So I'm throwing up some missile turrets here. Let's speed it up here to 8 times. He's asking, he's asking what to use there. Against AI heavy cruiser, I'm like, just use heavy cruisers. Just use those. Now let's jump over here to Magic Gnome. Magic Gnome, what did you? He's AFK. Okay. Battle Scars over here. I'm trying to make units. Icaro. That's not a bad build. He's got Destroyer, Heavy Cruiser. I think he's trying to counter Frig Cruiser, but it's what he does well. I'll tell you what he does well is that he keeps his units alive. So I was teaching him how to hot drop there, which is good. I am so grateful for the players like this elite player that try new ideas. That try when you say, "Hey, try this," and they're like, "Oh," they test it out, and then they explore that way. Now I'm over here. This is a huge mistake. Don't do this. Getting embroiled on a reach battle isn't part of the reason is you can build production so far away from the other players' productions. You can actually rebuild your defenses really quickly. Right there. He's got. I could probably no. I couldn't have taken that, but so he has a support cruiser here. What's this? Is he building on Arcadia? He is. My goodness. I guess his fallback was Arcadia. So he's got a handful of Marines. I got some ghosts here to deal with that. Our elites player took out his normal reach protection. Awesome job. I didn't even notice he did that. Great job, Oscar. Oh, good pick. Oh, great trade. He picked off a heavy cruiser there. People I've been talking that heavy cruiser is unbeatable. It's not. This game will show that. First off, if you just use your blink right, there you go. You picked off 2. If I saw that right. If you use your blink right, you can end the heavy cruisers. See this is what he does really well here. He uses these destroyers to screen. This player, the shader here, I don't think he's trying to micro these bigger ships down, which may be why he's not going so well. So he's trying to hit the back one right there. He gets one. They blink onto him. They get another one, another 2. So for 1 heavy cruiser, he lost 2. Well, plus a bunch of destroyers. I guess the destroyers do count for something. So he did come out on top on that actually, but it wasn't untouched. Meanwhile, I just came waltzed in here with a single scarab. In fact, let me back up. That's my first raid that I made all game. Because I knew what he was going to do, so I just counted it. I waited to see, is he actually doing it, or is he going to try to switch here? Let's speed it up. Sorry to rewatch that. He's leaving his units here. So first off, don't make honor guards. Now, honor guards are really popular because they're cheaper, but covenant commanders are better. Their stats are better, and I like to use them to counter Spartans. In addition to conjunction with other things. Okay, so I'm trying to move in here. I realized, wait, all the anti-infantry I have is the scarab and 4 checkles. Better pull out. So I pull back there, and then I was like, he has no anti-armor. So I send him the scarab. And since that's all he has is that, I can I can scare it away, I guess. That's actually good for my scarab compilation. I'll throw that in there. That's originally what that song was for. The one I used for the elites, or for the Banshees video. Or Fortuna. Scarab. Okay. So I was able to take out this production, which was the old Only production. So I don't know when Only left, but he did. I notice here I better pull back with this guy because he's low enough that a single Mac cannon will kill him. Shader is playing pretty well as a Navy. I was impressed. Enough that, he played like he should have. I expected he would. Effectively. So right here, see, he saw an opportunity, takes it. It's getting repaired, but he's gonna. That's why it's still alive. I wish I had gotten those probes down there sooner. But he gets a pick there for 2 Mac plant. It's a good deal for him. Got the production here. Now, what I should have done is ran a couple things up here, but he's got some Kodiaks here to defend. Well done. Because their Navy is playing well, I don't have the ability to come drop on them with impunity. And by the way, in this game, sorry to spoil it, in this game, Honey Badger though shows us a counter to just my normal just straight drop. This is something I thought was cool. Look at this. The scarabs. So Locust can climb this cliff. No time. So it takes everything else, even scarabs, because scarabs are just slow. But it takes everything else so long to climb this, and they're just like whoop whoop. They climb up that little corner right here to right here. Very well done. So here he is in orbit, hot dropping onto the naval production and the Spartan 3s. Well done. Maybe this player just had to leave. I missed it both times in game and now. All of a sudden they were without an Oni. I was like, oh, they started with one Oni. I don't know what happened. So, I'm making some hunters and brute chieftains because I thought I needed them. And I noticed this, so I was complimenting them. I was like, hey, there you go. Good job. Going for the Mach Blast. So I realized he had an abrasion up here, which, by the way, another great plan. He used this ridge here. Very well done. I've never thought to use it this way, to put production back here and use this ridge with the Kodiaks. To try to close that distance is not fun. Not with your army labels. So I pull back here. I would have, if I had more locusts, maybe I would feel confident trying to take that. But I had switched into wraiths, hard into wraiths. I should have just had 4 of these. But I made 8 because I thought he was going to switch into bio now since I had been going hunter locust. I thought he was going to go sniper rocket trooper to just deal with what I had. But no, he's staying true. He's being balanced, staying true to his Kodiaks here, and he threw in some turrets, which are not bad. They do 1600 health plus a fair bit of armor. Let's see once it's done. Speed that up a bit. Oh, 20 armor, you know, so it's nothing to shake a stick at. Look at the units tab. Maybe he's staying faithful to his AI heavy cruiser. He has 9 Spartan 2s, which I thought he would use. He uses 8 of those. Oh, oops, I'm sorry. I missed that. My bad, I want to back up for that. I want to make this quick because I've already skipped my homework for the day. So I need to actually try to do something. Okay, let's pause. So I try to go in up here, I guess? Oh, that's what I do. That's right. I remember now. Never mind. I pull out here. He sees that, which is another great thing. He saw an opportunity and took it. Great job on his part. I'm coming on here just to grab this outpost. So, and this is actually costly here. Oh, I didn't show you that. So these are all made by my DDS, and that is incredibly powerful. You can build all this. You can build a line of AA in the time it takes to build 1 in seconds, because you can just drop down. The DDS doesn't have to take time to build each one. You don't have to build production. You don't have to build probes. You just show up with the DDS, plant down as many as you have money for. You know, there's a whole stack of these, and the Navy can't mac you. You know, so that is giving brutes a great way to defend. Between that and the Scarab, brutes have protection against naval harassment. That doesn't mean they can take out navies, but if a navy tries to show up to glass you, they're going to lose ships. Although it does pretty damage, it's enough to deter them. Because if they try to, they'll lose it here. So I got a DDS out. I had a feeling I shouldn't do this, but I did anyways. So there you go. I got lucky. My goodness. He just happened to have left when I came in. Or not. See, like right there. There's my point. It took seconds. I have a double speed, but it took seconds. I was asking him to start dropping other planets. I don't know if they actually did. So here I dropped down. maybe I spent a lot of money on that, but I was like, I just didn't want to do it. I wanted to deter that. So I was thinking I could take this ridge, set up here. I don't have the Kodiaks, mind you, and I didn't even have the Wraith upgrade. I was at this point. By this point in the game, it was intentional because I just wanted to show him. Because he also said Wraiths are useless with the upgrade. That's not true. Wraiths are improved by the upgrade, but they're not useless without the upgrade. So here we go. To be fair, I think I dropped on the wrong end of things. Did he pick off my... No, he didn't. Good job. So right now, this is what I was trying to get. I asked my elites, because right now I have the Army and the Navy dealing with me on reach. And here's another benefit. Here's another benefit, though. We have 2, 3 of their outposts taken plus harvest, so we have an advantage. 45 to 64. So we have an income advantage, even though they have the reason why they have as much as they do is because they still have they have Onyx. But I was asking, it's like, hey, let's say here I get asked again because my brain noticed at the same time my old me did too. I was like, hey, you need to start hitting other planets because while they're dealing with me here, they don't have an Oni. Take advantage of that. Start taking out their production, their outposts on other planets to limit their capacity to fight me. Then it turns into a war of attrition. Here I tried to do. They didn't have a ton of AA, so a glass could have worked, but I would have done it because of the AA. The Navy could have picked it. But did you see that? Did you see how well that just evaporated? Granted, there's a lot of ghosts in there, but that was a well defense. The spread there of the Kodiaks is what made that effective. Oh, I want to glass this here. Yeah. Yeah, that's an oof moment. But it gets out with the CCS. And good use of Marine Span here, because it's just stuff. Stuff, that's useful stuff. So he pushed me back, because I lost my army. He took advantage, he jumped in here, but Wraiths on the high ground helped out. Good pick there by the Navy. So this was a game I enjoyed. It was balanced, one team wasn't, and it played well, it took about an hour. There was back and forth, there was no snowballing. It just played like a good, solid game. This was what I really enjoyed about this one. Is that it was just it wasn't like, oh, they're gonna win, oh, it's over, you know. Like I made some blunders there with that drop, and he was benefited by it. Our elites made us some blunders there with that glassing, and that's why they're still in there. So granted, we made 2 mistakes, but so did they. That's why they lost harvest. Good job with the Navy. He's always there to support. Units tab. Is he making Spartans? No. Oh, he has less Spartans now. What happened? But then I use 10 AI heavy cruisers with upgrades, I would imagine. Let's take a look. Yeah, we're going level 3 right now. That's the thing we didn't do this game. We didn't get any ups. We have a level 2 armor upgrade, but that's it. Oh, so I snuck over. So I happened to have the first DDS here. I didn't want to get sniped, so I withdrew it. My Elite Instincts kicked in, and I sent it back to St. Helios instead of Harvest. So it was just sitting there, and so I grabbed it and said, "Hey, I booked it over here. Dropped a couple cannons. That's what I'm doing right here. Dropping in a missile turret to get the orbit. I also did it here later. Oh no, it was a different game. Sorry. And so I'm just doing it to grab the income here. So now the income discrepancy is increasing. I don't know why it fluctuates like that. My Navy kept asking to have money sent to him. No, please don't. In this game, that was not wise. If I had sent him money, then I couldn't have stood up here against these players. I couldn't have stood up against the army player that would have taken his back, and it would have been a reverse snowball. See, this is a good build here. And he had mentioned that this was really strong, and it is. Marine Scorpion. It's pretty strong. There might be a couple Spartan 3s in there, a couple marksmen. No, I just see some. I see rockets. Let's hope the game's dead. No? No, well, 1 Spartan 3, but I don't know if it's in that army. I'm surprised how much he had a lever, so I guess it's like his extra income, but I'm surprised he was able to produce so much. Oh, so this was me noticing. Battlescar had made 2 CCSs as in the Elites player, and I wasn't very pleased. Well. Yeah, you notice here. So this is their push, and they clean out. So we took care of most of these things, or this build pushed it. But you notice they cleaned me out, and that's why I'm not a fan of trying to take reach. It's usually a loss for you, or it's a snowball. That's the only 2 ways it goes. And if it's a loss, it's a major loss. So we held them here. What I was trying to get my team to do, like I saw an opportunity. I wasn't hoping for when I came here, but I saw the opportunity. Like, hey, start taking these things. So he's like, well, you like power. So I was like, he's like, well, I like power. And I'm like, well, then you like losing because that's what's gonna happen if you stick with it. I was a little my competitive mode in this one because I was trying to make a point about the effectiveness of Locust, and I'd made the point, and you'd be fair if you said that. But I wanted to beat this player just to humble him a little bit. Is that righteous of me? Probably not. So I need to remember that one. I just wanted to show him down here. And his response is, "Don't get me mad." I'm like, "No, that's not." Well, you'll see the instructions. I'd said that's not my choice. How I react, but anything kinder, you wouldn't listen. And then I said, "You control you," because our anger, however caused by another, is controllable by ourselves. And there's reasons to. Always is. And there's benefits too. Okay, so they kind of let me keep the ring here, so the income has now gone up to 72 versus 57, which has been really helpful for our Navy here. If you take a look here, he's been good at keeping his units alive. He's been making plenty of destroyers here, which is great because the destroyers look just green. And I wonder if enough destroyers stacked up actually works against AI. With units tab, because keep in mind, this player is only not on the 1.3 though. If I look at, let's do the math real quick. 72 divided by 3, right? Versus 72 each. 72 each. No, my bad. That's per minute. Let's see the math. I need to do some accounting homework tonight. Accounting homework is great. It's a slog. No, I didn't do that math right. Oh, sorry, let me back it up there. I'm doing math. I was doing math. My mathematics, is pure. It's a parody of a Breaking Bad that I've seen, which is quite fun. Okay, let's follow this player, the one I was warning. I was warning about not doing this. So he's flying over. He's trying to get to deploy the units there. He learns that he has to hit Q twice, which is good. And now he's going to come in for a landing. That's not a bad army, but not against this army player. And you want to deal with. And if you notice, he's not paying attention in orbit. Yep. Both are dead. Now, if you, my typical strategy to deal with something like that, you make him. Oh, hang on. And then he's trying it in there to that army. So he leaves because he's out of units and upset. Listen, please listen. Please listen. Unless you have very, very good experience, please listen. He was a silver player, I think, so he wasn't paying attention to everything. Okay, so there's the army coming in for harvest. I saw it there. A bunch of Kodiaks, a bunch of other units, landed in the corner there. I was able to see it though if you look at my camera. There I am. I'm not sure what he was asking for killers. He's asking for money here. So here, my elites left. I was like, great, I can start doing what I was asking him to do, start hitting those outposts that he wasn't hitting. So I expand the elites production. I was expanding Brute's production on it. This is my mind. Brute's production, elites production. The same units, right? Or same buildings. But I noticed that opportunity, so I started to take it. So I was There we go. Trying to take a fight. He's got a CSO, which really looks scary, um, and does a fair amount of good too. And if you notice here, so with that blink, he takes out a handful, but he loses so many destroyers. It's not a great trade, but he's keeping the big ships alive at least. He could have blinked both forward, but then he would have just taken out all those ships really quickly. So again, this ball here is scary because those Marines are spongy. If you come at them with enough Wraiths, he also has rockets in there. So it's spongy Marines to take up the anti-light damage, and rockets to deal out some extra hard damage. Like that is an excellent composition. The best compositions in these games are just everything, all of everything. So here he is doing this, trying to keep him here. If you look at everyone's camera here, he's got it down to 7 heavy cruisers. And that's a fight he can win if he can just reach them. Releases his stuff there, not the best deal, especially since Corvettes are good against only fighters. Which makes his CSO even better at countering carriers now that I think about it. But now he's good here by Shader. He's throwing up some AA, turtling in position here, that's really strong. Good. And again, his army steamrolling, taking back Harvest, doing a great job. And he's split up his units here, which is good. He's got Kodiaks to start, so he's able to take 2 points at once. Another great move to do. Be able to split your forces effectively like that. It means you spend less time on this planet, and you can start getting income sooner. So reduces the. But I noticed his weakness is that he's good at making one big doom ball. That's what he's done. So that's why I'm switching over to elites now, because this big doom ball, very effective. Unless you win the Navy fight and just start glassing it to death, you're not going to beat this with a conventional army unless you just have a large enough ball of stuff to try to throw at it. So I'm switching into what I'm more comfortable with, which are the elites, and my plan here is to try to take out the HQ in one swoop. To do the build where you detail and stuff. Now he's asked me to take Halo. I didn't want to do that because this Doom Ball would just steamroll me on Halo. I want to hit him where his weaknesses is, which is attention. He doesn't have the ability to multitask with this army. Not that he can't multitask, but his playstyle seems to be very much methodical, slow moving, big scary Doom Ball, take this planet, move the whole army over here, take that planet, move the whole army over there, take that planet. So, and this is maybe a little cheesy now, something that we might need to address. But I think it's a viable build against something like that. How would I stop this being used against me? I would just try to win, keep them from being able to do this. And to be fair, look at that. If you notice there, he's already hitting here. So he drops some units down. Good. He's already hitting St. Helios with his army, so that's great. This is when he starts to get a snowball moving. Take the planet, taking this. Landing his ships, starting to production up. Very well done. Very well done. I noticed he has some Kodiaks there, and then I was like, oh, I can take out. Nope, he has units to support with Kodiaks. Elites. The thing is, Elite is hard countered by army. Like in a straight up fight, hard counter. Thankfully, he's got a CSO. I would just go for this Kodiaks. Good. He does. And now he's trying to glass all this stuff. So he's going to lose his production here. All these destroyers may never see the light of day. That's 1 not. That's 2 denied, but the other 3 make it. Takes out all those Kodiaks. That frees me up here to try to start doing things. But what I'm doing, I'm starting to deploy my units here. I could have cleaned this up with him. So look at that. He's glassed it all. If I took this out, game over. If you notice, though, he's building tons of those things. So I could have just take this out. But I'm dropping here the planets. So that's 1 down, and then I was like, I don't think it's enough because of the income. I didn't think it would be enough, so I dropped, instead of just dropping it all here to take the HQ out in 1 swoop, which is what I needed to do to kill it fast enough, I hit these other 2 in order to try to keep things so that I could actually take it. So I'm trying to do that. HQ is still vulnerable, doing some damage there, and now we've taken this, and that's against the advantage. So not only was his army cleaned up, we're hitting him on 2 planets at once. And I'm still able to produce on the back foot. If he'd taken out my production, and then just come over and cleaned up the 2 armies, it would have only prolonged the inevitable of perhaps our loss.
because I would have tried to go rebuild somewhere else. But that glassing of that army was huge for us. He's coming over trying to glass that. Not going to work out the best. So, Gaisetti is down. This is a small force of. So I had a couple of units still left here, or no, I made some brutes units here. I had blinked them over here to reach, dropped them on a couple of outposts, and then moved them over here to take these outposts, try it out. So now I'm hitting them in 3 places at once, and he just lost his army. You know, that's how you win these games is the multitasking, effective multitasking. That's always been my secret is stretching people's resources in that way. Not that there are other ways to win. Yeah. So I saw that. Okay. I was thinking, okay, now I better just go try to fire the ring because my quick HQ snipe didn't bear fruit. Why don't kill that? Kill the HQ. No. Oh, he's seeing it. Okay. There's a dead. And here's a fight. Another huge mass of cloud of destroyers with a counter there. He's trying to get a blink on him. And Icaro did a great job of reading that. He's like, I can take him in space. Yes, you can. That's what you want to do. As an elites player, there you go. See that? That blink? That's what you want. Cue the Benny Hill music, part 2. But well done, well done. Hey, I have cruisers, heavy cruisers to have that. Oh, those are heavy cruisers. So he lost his navy, he GG's out, and I was planning to go host the ring. That's the game. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me back up here. I want to get first a couple of clips, but second, right here, this is when that APM really got to shine, and I'm player 3. So, oh yeah. So this is when it took me 10 minutes once my elites left because I got extra income, but I got his tech. Too far. Okay. No. Camera. Slow down. He's asking me for money there, and I was like, no. I can just take this. So lost harvest, took back reach, makes moves on Helios, but his navy wasn't there. I don't know if the UNSC navy was worried about trying to take a fight, or if he just was distracted, but he wasn't there, so we won. We won Helios. Speed it up again. Double speed again. Remember old Starcraft when you do replays? If you sped it up, there'd be errors in its memory. It wouldn't execute properly, or units wouldn't path the same way, or and every now and then you're like, I don't think that was supposed to happen. There could be a degradation in the replay. I did that once because I remember the game where I had put a factory in some high ground. I built a bunch of vultures. It was when I was 12 or something, and then I watched the replay. And I was like, that's not how it happened. The vultures got stuck on the high ground, and they just kept, like, that's no. I picked them up a dropship. Like, it forgot a command or failed in the execution of a command that I had done. And I was like, oh. Cool. They've gotten way better since then, honestly. Alright, there's the fall of that. Icaro's here. Nice fleet. Look at that big, scary Covenant fleet. All those destroyers. I know the typical thing is it's tons and tons of CCS, which, by the way, I thought was odd. That High Charity is defended by nothing but CCSs. Like, if you look at the picture, there's something bigger there. You think they would have, like, some massive carriers trying to defend the holy city of High Charity, and they're like, nope, we just put 300 battlecruisers. Oh, we have. Okay. So, did really well there. He took back harvest. at the usual 50 minutes for the UNSC Army. Right? So still got it. I think Roger made that joke once. I think that's the first one I saw it. He's like, see, it takes so long. he lost it, took it back. So great. What he did so well, and in my opinion, what he did so well was that composition. He had. I'm looking open to other ideas here, but he had just such a great unit composition. Effective. He had counters in both bio and armor, for both bio and armor, and that's where the strength is, the diversity. It's not like, okay, he has armor, I will get anti-armor stuff. Oh, he has bio, I'll get anti-bio stuff. He had a great mix of both. Oh, I'm on the wrong camera. Oh, my bad. So, and let me back up a little bit more. And pause. Alright. I was watching this fight, so I feel like Ikaru's on top there. Because of those destroyers jumping on top of the running away, that was what he was scared because oh, the destroyers close the distance. I gotta run. He's running now. He's triple max. I'm not able to fire anymore. All he's got is the archer missiles, so he's able to jump with just massive destroyers. Well done. And then the thing I love about that is that wasn't. It's not like it's a set in stone meta all the time. That's a different. I have never seen someone use that, nor use it effectively against AI heavy cruiser. To be fair, the AI heavy cruiser was hindered because they didn't have harvest and they lost 3 points on reach. But that still wasn't enough of anything will counter anything in this game. Like if you get enough Corvettes, you can counter something, you know. But to see it done that way in a game that was back and forth competitive with both new Spec Ops. If they didn't have a new Oni, it would have been very different. They could have dropped on those locusts, picked them all off. You know, very scary. So, anyways, I was commenting there. You notice there, I took my DDS. Dropped it on reach, trying to take those points to three reasons off the top of my head. One, to hinder them by splitting their forces to deal with this. Two, to take away their income. And three, to make the HQ vulnerable to go for this hit that I'm planning here. Because we just lost Harvest, right? So it's not. Yeah. It's just me to take Kalo. Again, I mentioned that already. Okay. What did you want to do? You don't want to, not with a player that's really good with deathballing. You don't want to try to take them on their terms. Don't take them on their fight. Make them come to you. And yours. That doesn't mean turtle. That means change the rules on them. So I just dropped those three here. We just took out 3 on harvest or on reach. I'm taking Arcadia. And taking points on Arcadia here. And it's got a couple points here, and then from here on you've seen that. So I was just waiting for the units to finish up before I dropped. So yeah, there you have it. So I thought this was a really great game though. I highly recommend you check it out because it has some great. It's just really fun to play. It didn't feel like we're going to steamroll and win, or we're going to steamroll and lose. It was back and forth. And it wasn't back and forth because players were just dumb. It was back and forth because, I mean, they were making mistakes, but it didn't feel that way. It just felt like... well balanced. Alright, I'm dropping down that. Great take on those Kodiaks. Where's their navy? Let's pause here. Where is his navy right now? What is he doing? He's building... He's back on Earth. Why is he back on Earth? He's going to Arcadia. Oh. They are really not... I guess they weren't communicating, Shader and him. Or they're... That's just a blunder on their part. That could have been a chance to... If he had jumped... He came for me instead of going for the Navy. If he'd gone for the Navy, that Shanghi's invasion could have been a lot more effective. Because the thing is, I didn't have an answer for that. My plan was just win. Don't beat him. Just take his HQ. That's my playstyle often. I've actually thinking on it now. Oh no, now everyone knows my playstyle. No, I know my playstyle. um, you know why I think this though? The Ranger's Apprentice series. Okay, and there's a book 4, my favorite, the Battle for Scandia, right? And that's what they use. They're basically fighting the Huns. It's the Huns. They have a different name, but it's the Huns. And Genghis Khan coming in, or Attila the Hun, one of the two. It's the same kind of thing. And they show up to invade this Norwegian, Scandinavian country of Vikings, and they beat them using guerrilla warfare. And the Holt's the main character. He's kind of like the mentor ranger. Kind of this really cool character. He's like, hit them where they aren't, and that's what I do. Or that's what I try to teach other people to do. Because the principle and tactics works here in this game, from a novel of all things, but it works. It's true principle. It's not like the novelist came up with the principle. He just used it in his novel. That's what I think of. Same thing we said of U.S. battles and U.S. history, like the Revolutionary War, Battle of Concord, Lexington and Concord. So same thing applies. Just came in, hit them where they weren't. He had a slow moving death ball, and I was trying to account for that by just making him stretch it too far. Yeah, there's the game, and cue the Benny Hill music. And the blink. Oh, there it is. That's what broke him right there. That curve, and you saw that blink. Brilliant done. Icaro is we may not communicate the best to one another, but he takes fights well. And he understood I had to take him in space. I don't think anyone explained that to him. He understood that. Oh, there's the game. Any more clips I want? Nope. I got my clips. Okay. I'm going to quit the game. Stop this recording. Hope you all enjoyed it. See you guys next time. So I didn't think a different catchphrase. That's Huskies. He's the caster I watched for 2 years growing up, okay? That's what I'm used to. I'll have to try something else. Show testimony. I'll think of something. Yeah, leave a comment. Or give me a suggestion of how somebody to end it out. I don't know. Maybe something from Halo. This is Artemis, and I need a weapon or something. Anyways.